Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. Màá kà ní Yorùbá. Àwọn táwọn understand Yorùbá jẹ́ ká ní wọ́n sókè. You don't understand Yorùbá, raise up your hand. Okay, all right, God bless you, sir. Okay, good. Now, I will explain both in Yoruba and in English. Okay? But I will first read in Yoruba. Ó ní ẹ má ṣe fi àìdọ́gba dàpọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn aláìgbàgbọ́. Àìdọ́gba dàpọ̀. In the English KJV version, it said, be ye unequally yoked. Unequally yoked. Together with unbelievers, for what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? You must understand the explanation. Please, Allah ti ní òye. Ìtumọ̀ tí Bíbélì fún wa nínú rẹ̀. Okay? And ìtumọ̀ yẹn òun ni mo kà báyìí. What fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? If the yoke, okay? If the yoke has something to do with unrighteousness, and you are righteous, then it's an unequal yoke. Okay? If that business will require unrighteousness, fàyàwọ́, kò sódodo nínú ìfàyàwọ́, like what do you call it? Smuggling. Some people smuggle, chicken, rice into the country, and an unbeliever now ask you that come and join me in this business. Okay? That's unrighteous. You are righteous, but he's unrighteous. You can't do that business. That is one. Okay? And he said, and what communion hath light with darkness? This thing they are asking you to do, you have to do a oath. Emambura, some people they go for secret oath in business, in doing business together. That's the aspect of business. Okay, what I'm explaining now is just the aspect of business. Okay, you can't have business with such person. He said, God said no. The Bible says no, you have no business to do with such. He said, and what concord hath Christ with Belial? Christ is our Lord. Is the example of who we are following. Belial is a stubborn and rebellious person. Kí ni ìdàpọ̀ tó wà láàrin Kristi àti àwọn aláìgbọ́rọ̀? O lè jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ wọléwọ̀de rẹ because show me your friend. I will tell you who you are. Okay, so that is, you can't have any agreement with such a person. Ìwọ jẹ́ ọkùnrin, òun jẹ́ obìnrin. Ìwọ jẹ́ ọmọ Ọlọ́run, you are a Christian, you are born again. You have left sinful world, all the sins. But òun obìnrin ni, kò tí mọ Jésù. Ìgbà tó sọ pé ẹjọ́ ń ṣe wọléwọ̀de, ó ní ọkùnrin méjì. Ó ṣe pé ò tí forúkọ sí mi lọ́wọ́. So kí wá ni? Ṣé kí má ní boyfriend ni? Ọmọ Ọlọ́run kò gbọ́dọ̀ ní ìkànṣe papọ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹni tí ò tí di àtúnbí. Àfi tó bá jẹ́ pé ìwọ ò di àtúnbí, àmọ́ pé ẹ̀yin méjèèjì ẹ̀ di àtúnbí, ẹ̀ṣọ́mọ Kristi náà. Tó máa ń gbé yẹn wá sínú ìjọ Ọlọ́run. Tó bá sọ pé òun ṣe boyfriend, òun ṣe ọmọ Ọlọ́run. Di àtúnbí náà, fi iṣẹ́ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ sílẹ̀, fi àgbèrè sílẹ̀. Tó bá fi àgbèrè sílẹ̀, dẹ́ àwa sọ wípé ẹsẹ̀ Bíbélì ó tọ́ fún ọ torí pé ó ti wá di olódodo. Ẹni tó sì ń ṣàgbèrè, tó ń ṣe panṣágà, aláìṣòdodo ni. So ìwọ tó jẹ́ olódodo àtẹni tó sì ń ṣe panṣágà tó sì ń ṣe àgbèrè, aláìṣòdodo, ẹ lè má rí ara yín. Torí tẹ́ bá ti sọ pé papọ̀, àìdọ́gba ló wà ń bẹ̀. Àìdọ́gba aláìṣòdodo àti olódodo ẹ̀ẹ́dọ́gba. Olódodo àti olódodo ló lè má rí. Aláìṣòdodo àti aláìṣòdodo ló lè má rí. Ohun tí Bíbélì sọ fún wa nìyẹn. Torí yẹn pọnyẹ́ni ló máa jẹ́ nígbà tẹ́ bá délé yín. Ohun tí Bíbélì sọ fún wa nìyẹn. Má sọ wípé I mean, I can convert my wife. I can convert my husband. Ó ti sọ̀rọ̀ àìní Ọlọ́run nìyẹn. So ìwọ lọ́lọ́run. O ní kọ́kọ́rọ́ ọkàn rẹ̀ àbí tí o lè ṣí tó lè tí àbí Ọlọ́run nìkan ló lè ṣe. Àfìgbà tó Ọlọ́run bá ṣe o ò lè ní ìdàpọ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹni yẹn. Ìdàpọ̀ tó bá ní á jẹ́ ìdàpọ̀ àìdọ́gba. Ọlọ́run sì kọ̀. Ọlọ́run kọ̀. Ọlọ́run máa ń jowú. Oh, that's what you don't know. God is highly jealous. He doesn't share his children with the children of Satan, with the children of the world. Know that one. You cannot be as compassionate, as merciful as God. So don't play God by saying, ṣé ìyẹn wọn àtàwọn lónìí? Ṣé ìwọ mọ̀ jọ Ọlọ́run ni? Ṣé ìwọ ló dá wọn ni? Ọlọ́run kọ́ ló dá wọn ni? Ọlọ́run tó dá wọn, ó mọ bó máa ṣe á dùn wọn. Ìwọ kọ́ ló máa ń dùn wọn náà. O ṣẹ̀dá ìgbà tó wá sáyé òsín bẹ́ẹ̀ náà. So má sọ wípé, should we leave them like that? Leave that to God. Do your own. God said, do not unequally. Sorry instruction tó Ọlọ́run fún bàbá Abraham tí gbogbo wa ń gbàdúrà lẹ́nu pé Abraham blessings are mine. Ṣé o mọ nǹkan tí bàbá yìí là kọjá? Ọlọ́run sọ fún ó ní kó kúrò nínú ìdílé rẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ka lórí rẹ̀. Let us read Genesis. God told Abraham, because of unequal yoke, he asked him, get out of your family out. Get out of your country. Get out of your kid. Anything that leave them behind, and I'm sending you somewhere where you will live your life separate. God knows everything. I'm very sure it will have been a very painful decision for Abraham to take at that time. That's why the fact that even Abraham did not, God did not even tell him specifically what he was sending him to. This is the journey with God. You don't play with God. You don't play intelligence with God. You don't play kind of wisdom. If it's your born, the Parisi, you may not born with it. So you cannot use intellectual or science, and sometimes I engage and thank God. Some of us are listening with, and we got to the peak of our career. So that nobody can come to me and say he wants to use science, to counter this. I would rather say science and God. Okay? They have a common place, but you cannot, they have a common ground. There's always a common ground, but they are always on the other side of the divide. There is a place in science that is completely contrary to that side of God. But there is a common ground where God and science meet. And we are only allowed as children of God to live within that confine of that side where God and science meet. And it is all written in the Bible. Everything outside that is either that it is a miracle on the side of God, or it is extremely scientific on that side. And you cannot come, it doesn't come near, it's far away. He said, as my way is the east is far away from the west, so is my way far from your way. So is my knowledge far away from you. So is my understanding far away. So that science is on the other side. And Jesus, God, is on the other side. But that is a meeting point. No, that meeting point is very small, yet it's enough for us to live in a spiritual medical level without us, or spiritual scientific level without us having conflict with God. So don't use mentality or science or philosophy created by Aristotle, the father of philosophy. He's a human being like you. All these things have been challenged today. I mean, looking and I'm sorry, all those scientific people are challenging them now. So all these philosophy people are still carrying about in developing world. In here, nobody talks about them anymore because it's off our books. So the Bible is taking its place, but people are still being deceived by science. You understand? So if you go back to how God instructed the Bible, that's why I was asking you to go. Okay? Genesis chapter 12. In Genesis chapter 12, verse 1. And Bible says, and now the Lord had said unto Abraham, get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, from thy family, and from thy kindred, that is from your ethnic group, and from thy father's house. Oh, come on. This was so specific. From the country, leave this country. Leave this your state, your local government, whatever, or your local area, your town. Leave your father's house. So that, Abraham had no reason to confuse about this call from God. He was very specific. He didn't say, God, get out of your, get out. He was specific, get out of your father's house. Get out of your kindred. Those who speak the same language. Your ethnic group. You are people, you are this. God said, get out of that place. Okay. Oh, I've gotten out of it. No. It's not enough. Get out of that country. Alright? Yes, I've gotten out of that country. Yes. Where should I go? I will tell you where you should go. This was a man who's on the surface of the earth at that moment was the most knowledgeable fellow living at that moment. He was a man who was able to read and write. I'm talking about Father Abraham. So don't think that there's some of our forefathers that they don't know how to read and write. Abraham was highly scientific. He has the knowledge, he has the philosophy, he has all the knowledge that anybody can acquire. Not only does he have that, he also has the military capacity. He had the military tactics. What today we describe as strategies. So he knew about everything. Abraham was not a novice. Abraham was not somebody somewhere ahead. Abraham was a very wealthy man. For your information, he was not just anybody. He was a person that in the family that is recognized as, even though he was not the firstborn, even though he was recognized as highly influential. Yet he was able to listen to God. He set aside all those profile he had and he followed God. So who are you? Who am I? And God said, no, I'm not telling you the country. Just go. I will inform you as I told you. Just get out. The first thing first. Then ask questions later. Some of us will ask questions before we go. But Abraham did not ask God that question. And he said, and I will make, he said, and unto a land that I will show thee. I will show. He has not shown him. He said, just get out. A journey of unknown. And verse 2 says, and I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing, and I will bless them that bless thee, and I will curse him that curseth thee. And in thee shall all the families of the earth be blessed. If you want to get an extraordinary blessing from God, please, you have to listen to God and not to your brain. That's the message I'm trying to pass. And not your brain. Your brain will fail you. But God, who is the creator of that brain, who knows every neuron, the billions of neurons that run in your brain, God knows every one of them. He knows the name. Scientifically, today, medically, we have not been able to name all those neurons for information. Yet God knows them. So, to only to doubt, you don't know what correct. Because some time you're living. Don't let you want for life. And don't know what miracle. So, you understand what I'm saying now? Only miracle. And in the miracle, in the temporal highway, when God touches that person, the sanity is restored. All those neurons are rewired and coordinated appropriately, and the person begins to regain his sanity. Science cannot do that, only God. So where your understanding ends, that's where gospel starts. So when we talk about this, I'm trying for some of us where to speak. That's why when we speak, we are not speaking just like jargons, or we are speaking like non-entity. We speak with profile. So please listen. Don't go after somebody who is going to be hypnotizing you. At the end of the day, whatever you have is going to be by chance, not because of that prayer. Quote me. And some of these people, if you know this, the secret, what they pass through to gain, gather crowd into their churches, to gather a lot of things. It was this recently. I'm very sure people are getting to know this now, because this is our prayer over the years, that God will begin to expose all these pastors of mega churches, and he's getting there. Now even unbelievers now are beginning to understand this. Was there that somebody introduced one particular film that the man of God introduced the film to me? He said, Pastor, I will film now. Àwọn tí wọ́n lò gbàgbọ́ pẹ̀lú Kristi wọ́n tún ṣe fún láti expose àwọn tó fi church fi gbé láti fi church ṣe business. Okay? So you can imagine. So wọ́n wá sọ wípé you want to have a kind of agreement with such people. Èèyàn tí ó wà born again, èèyàn tó ṣe ìmọ̀tí, èèyàn tó ṣe lọ sí club house, èèyàn tó ṣe lọ sí night club. Wọ́n lọ sọ pé ó fẹ́ ṣe kíní pẹ̀lú. Yóò ṣe ọ̀pọ̀ ọmọ ọlọ́run gan ni wọ́n. Are you a child of God at all? Ó ṣọmọ lọ́rùn. Ó ti lọ bẹ iṣu tó bá lọ darapọ̀ mọ́ irú ẹni yẹn. Torí ibi tó bá parí ìrìnàjò ẹ̀sìn ibẹ̀ ní ìwọ náà máa parí ìrìnàjò títẹ̀ sí. Ibẹ̀ ni ọkọ̀ yẹn máa fún iṣẹ́ pọ́n ni. Àwọn aláìgbàgbọ́ mọ́ wọlé òun ló fi dáàmà náà gọ̀. Mo wọ́n fíìmù yẹn. So ibi tí ìgbàgbọ́ wa ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn bàbá Abrahamu, you separate. So you cannot say you want to join. So that verse, 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 14 is saying that you should separate yourself. And if you read downwards, and that's what I want to read now before I conclude. 15, he said, and what concord had Christ with Belial, or what part have he that believeth with an infidel, and what agreement have the temple of God with idols? Can you see? So if you want to have an agreement with somebody who is an idol worshipper, it will be difficult for you to have an agreement with that person. Okay? So don't even go there. For ye are the temple of the living God. If so you are the temple of the living God. You are the temple of the living God. But because that unbeliever will ask, if you are a woman, the man can have a sexual relationship with you. And you don't want to deny him. I'm discussing some ladies. Pastor, if you could not match it, that's also what she said. Oh, we want to come in line. You want to do it for 2 months. People listen and let me do something. You want to go to my family for this one. Talk about this. Talk about this. You are why you pay up for it? You know something. Oh, you protest again. I'm on your phone. 30, 10, toast, what the toast to me, what the toast of honor. Is that what the call for them? Damn. That's what he's a good man. He's a this. Only one she can learn. You want 1 year? What should be fast? It will be a lot. But at that time it will be difficult. It will be too late. Okay? If one more room here, and what happened? Man in question is an unbeliever. If you raise your hand against your wife, you are no longer a child of God. You have to go back to Calvary and pray for mercy. If you claim you were a child of God before that, at the moment you are doing that, you are no longer a child of God. Because the child of God does not raise his hand up against his wife. No, you don't do that. So, if the woman said she is born again, and you are not living with a born again man who beats you almost on a daily basis, so they say that beat you to coma, ended in the grave, that's an unequal yoke. Who is arguing with that point? You can't argue with it. That's what the Bible is saying. Don't go into marriage with such person. No matter how much money he has, no matter the influence he has. Never. Verse I'm still reading. It said, ye are the temple of the living God. Verse 16. And as God has said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. You are going to be the people of God. You are the people of God. Wherefore, God is saying, come ye out of among them. If you are already in agreement with them, get out. I don't have anybody to blame than those people, pastors who knew about even the relationship of this woman with this man. Who knew about how he was beating that woman. They knew about it, and they could not tell her to get out of among that relationship, undue relationship. Ungodly. He said, come out of among them and be separate. Yeah, that is a call for separation. Nobody is saying that you should divorce. Separate. You don't live under the roof of that man anymore. You may remain single for life, because that will be your punishment. But it's better you remain single for life and be alive and be useful for God than for you to remain under the roof of that man and die prematurely out of disobedience. Because I cannot say whether that woman, if she's in heaven or in hell. I'm not God. I don't know. Who knows what her last status before God was? Was she upright before God? Marriage can lead you to hellfire. As a child of God, marriage can lead you to hellfire if you are not careful. It says, unequal yoke, unequal yoke can lead you, can make a child of God to backslide. It can lead a child of God who's on the way to heaven to divert to the way to hell. That's why God said, He said, come ye among them and be separate. Touch not the unclean thing. I'm still reading verse 17. Touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you, and I will be a father unto you. If that person has been claiming that he wants to be your father, you let him go with his father or whatever. God says he will be your father. Okay? Be blessed. There are thousands of men. Sister, please listen to me. Sister, listen to me. There are thousands of men in the world that you can marry. You can't kill yourself on a man and say, to marry, you are an apple of the Lord of God's eye. You are an apple of God's eye as a child of God. So you cannot be unmarried. So don't, in fact, you shouldn't be on your head. You don't marry. So if you are still at the age of 30 something, 40 something, okay. God now said, I will be a father to you, and you shall be my sons and daughters, says God Almighty.